Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
You can't help but continue to marvel at how well this man's career has gone so far. Now in his 5th season as KC starter, he's never missed a conference title game, and he's taking the field in his 3rd Super Bowl. Simply dominant, it's easy to envision him being one of the top quarterbacks for many years to come.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. And right away he lost the football. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick-6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick-6. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Screen play, McKinnon. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season in Oklahoma.
I think we all heard about it in the offseason. There were many questions asking if Philadelphia might consider bringing in another quarterback to replace Jalen Hurts. He answered emphatically, "This is my team," and he led them to a Super Bowl appearance. A well-deserved moment for this quarterback who just kept his head down, kept working, and eliminated all the noise.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll fake the give to Sanders. Now Hurts rolling to his left. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Chris Jones that time coming in with a tackle behind the line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Hurts to throw. He's got Watkins on the out route. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. First down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
And he sidestepped one man, but reinforcements come to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw caught by Gray. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. 1 quarter done and 3 more to play here at Super Bowl 57. And we are back and ready to go for the 2nd quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. He's got him in. Complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 50 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from taking the lead in the Super Bowl. It's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. See if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's in person or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Back out onto the field. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin first and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. They were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read, because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball on the turf at your running back speed.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself,
it's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdes-Scantling, 58 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
no, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Eagles and Jalen Hurts heading back to work. And he's been loose with the football early. Interceptions on the first couple of drives. As they start again here, we'll see if he can do better. First and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Hurts sets up to throw it. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
I know he was trying. But the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And two of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Hassan Reddick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Binds. And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety.
The goal is to score, Jim.
Sure that expected to do it, but give the defenders credit. They saw how the series was starting out, and I think it increased their intensity. This was their chance to make a huge play before the half, and all they needed was one play to get it done.
Well, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present, no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll work this back to right around. Surrender there. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios and this EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for Kansas City. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And the Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
Second half will start with a run by Sanders. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. first down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Hurts going to keep this himself.
And he'll take this up over the 4. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Hurts a handoff. As Sanders has it poked free.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
On the sneak, it's Hurts.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a third down.
Yeah, partner, they went a little conservative, didn't they? And they ended up marking it short. And now I wonder, will they even do it again on third down?
Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. On the sneak, it's Hurts.
And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown.
The sneak successful for the yard out. And the Eagles have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl.
So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line lower than the defensive front.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right?
And he lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because they'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. 44 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll set up to throw. And that's complete to Sanders.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Kenneth Gainwell.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was Kenneth Gainwell who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field.
And we're at the time of this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Mahomes. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 23.
They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Another run here with Sanders. To the 40 and no further. So the broken tackle didn't get him much.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith,
49 yards. And the Eagles are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
and it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
And now here comes Kansas City.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they got to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Mahomes now on first down. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs.
My God, oh God, this is Son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes better. Why these tell me? You can join the journey, you is worthy. Just allow me, no. Kicking down your door. kings of bulls of gods. The moon, the light, the fools, the facts. My God, oh God, this is Son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Tennessee Titans and the New England Patriots. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the New England Patriots. Again, everybody, alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And we are underway in Foxborough. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
And one of the things that has really impressed me about Ryan Tannehill has been his perseverance. Early in his career, he didn't have the success that he desired. Had some injuries that slowed his development, but he kept working at his craft, and now he's a guy that I think you can put a game on his shoulders.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. That's complete to Treylon Burks. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Oh, he's looking for a touchdown deep for Woods. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
So out comes the Patriots offense as they'll get their first shot at things here.
They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there were many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is to the former Titan, Jonnu Smith. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Jones. And the pass to Henry is intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the Titans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They just tried to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
Jalen Mills in on the stop.
Now, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Henry again on 2nd down. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run it again with Henry. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now Tannehill. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10.
this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football. Folk out there now to kick this one off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. More difficult now after that pick six. So dealing with his deficit here, we'll see if he can try to make amends on this drive. 1st and 10. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Henry. Running right through it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And brought in downfield by Burks. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. And deep to return it is Marcus Jones.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone.
And Marcus Jones going to elect to bring this one out.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Hey, rookie, that's versatile way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
This time, the extra point up and good, and the lead now stands at 13. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. The last series for him a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They begin with Henry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing, Jones. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he will have a Patriots first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They go play action here on first down. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that is incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Off play action. Jones. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
On first down, Willis. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Willis will look to throw on first down. He's got it complete. Derrick Henry down inside the 10. And it's a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. And his kick is no good. Misses the PAT, a mistake there. And this remains a 7-point game. Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Fields this way up at the 17. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Titans in that first half. And they were able to have a little bit of success on the ground. The question will be, will they stick with it? Or will they be throwing more to try and regain this lead? Our two teams making their final preparations for the second half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So here we go for half number two. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Well, the Patriots taking over to start quarter number three. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit. As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Now a first down carry for Harris. He'll take this to the 4. Run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. He'll get this underneath to Stevenson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 36. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
There it is, a staple of most teams' playbooks, the angle route. A lot of times you want to take away that inside route by a back.
but when they sell it like he's going to the flat, that is tough on inside linebackers. One false step, and that ball's completed.
They find some open field here.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
That is caught at the 7.
And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Looking to throw. Jones. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
On 2nd and goal. Jones eluding and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Bud Dupree off the edge and getting to the quarterback.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
Operating from the gun. Jones. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Henry. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Jones keeping it on the sneak. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Pats take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
So the offensive film section tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. Third and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved.
And the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that might be Titan football. It is.
So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the fourth quarter. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The Titans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Room here to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a first down.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful. And that strength was on display there.
Inside handoff, Henry. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage.
Big Christian Barmore was there on the tackle.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
It's a play fake. Here's Willis.
Out to his left. He completes it to Henry.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
That's to Burks, and he's got it. Touchdown, Tennessee.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Titans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
This time, the extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That man tries to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
23 yards on the play.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
A full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Yeah. Fielding down into Tennessee territory. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Jones. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Quarter down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
43 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Back to Stevenson on 1st down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Again, it's Stevenson.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Fields it right around the goal line.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
So here is Willis and the Titans.
Down by 12. 56 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a 1st down. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You get the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And he's got room. Derrick Henry all alone. Past the 20. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Open man to tight end Henry.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
There's a nice move, and he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the handoff, Stevenson. And he stopped immediately there.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense.
Let's go. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the greatest of all time. Said I'm coming for everything. You good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishments. In any league, they considering me dominant. The long falls, you know the pit of defeat, bottomless. I was hungry way before I got your support. I hopped off the porch around the time that y'all got awards. Lyrical exercise, this what I call a sport. The 4th bar, brother, when I push the rock off the court. I got champion genetics. Champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. The chattermouths who talent don't average out. If your flow ain't nowhere near this caliber, that don't count. Competition get flattened out. Getting money like I went top 3 in the first round. My salary that amount. They want my style, but that ain't much to be flat about. I take it as a challenge when rappers calling my status out. One of the best in the
Madden Football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Pittsburgh Steelers coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers, the AFC champion, taking on the champions from the NFC, the Atlanta Falcons. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And how about this story? The young man who went to Pitt, stays in town, picked by the local team, and leads them to a Super Bowl appearance as a rookie. If this is a movie, most people would call it fiction, but we're watching it as fact.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Great beginning there under the bright lights of prime time.
Yeah, it takes you back to high school football on a Friday night, doesn't it? When you feel like every eye in the county is on you. In this case, every eye in prime time is on you.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On second down, this is Harris. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
Everyone rolls into the Super Bowl saying, hey, I'm confident. I'll just do what I did before. But let's face it, you got to be wary of the jitters going into a big game like this. Super Bowl's unlike any other game you're going to play.
And now he's starting out 0 for 2. We'll see if he can rebound. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So a long field ahead for the Falcon offense as they head out. As we take a peek at their versatile quarterback, the Hawaii native and former Oregon Duck, Marcus Mariota.
And I think we were all wondering if Mariota would get another shot to be a starter after spending a couple seasons as a backup with the Raiders. Atlanta offered him that opportunity and allowed him to play some of the best ball of his career, and he has the Falcons on the verge of a Super Bowl title.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mariota. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Throwing is Mariota. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. He tried to heave it from his own end zone, and the danger that reared its ugly head.
We have seen those plays work out successfully before. You take the shot, try and gain some yardage. Sometimes you fool them. Not in this case, though. Trying to get it deep downfield, gets it picked off.
To the air on 1st down with Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Mariota's throw into the hands of Pitts here. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On second down, a run with Patterson. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run with Patterson, and he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. One quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 7-0 is our score. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. First and 10, it's Patterson. And some room to maneuver. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's first and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll go again with Patterson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 53 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumbled, recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's second and goal. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Third and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively. On play action, Mariota. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. A nightmare on third and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. On fourth down, Mariota is off, and on comes Atlanta's Younghoe Koo. This a 27-yard attempt here. Koo knocks this one through the post, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on fourth and goal anyway, but the sack on third down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Pickett. That one complete downfield to Johnson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They'll get 34 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he takes this one back into the end zone with Falcon defense. Now for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Sims going to go ahead and hold on to this one, and they'll start at the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all three timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those three timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, 75 yards. And the Steelers are able to move back in front. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Got this complete to the tight end, Pitts.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Mariota on first down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
Give to Patterson running to the right.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
On first and 10, here's Mariota. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will do it for this first half. So it's halftime here on...
One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. Uses the stiff arm.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
It's a big play there for Atlanta. 67 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
They'll run with Patterson.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Here's Mariota. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and trying to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
4th down, Mariota. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and the Steeler defense will celebrate the goal line stand. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Harris starts the drive on the ground. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coach was always saying, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Pickett now from near his own goal line.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the 2nd half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Patterson.
And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Alex Highsmith simply would not be stopped on that play.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Complete to Zacchaeus. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
3rd down, here's Patterson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there, that defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett sliding out of the pocket. Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Pickett to his tight end, Freiermuth, for the Steeler first.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy.
Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. Big 3rd down, a field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. Looking to throw, Pickett. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This for a 4th quarter lead. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance at the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Patterson again. And some space here. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 137 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this Super Bowl. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually...
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson taking it in from the 20. And the Falcons have regained the lead in the 2nd half of this Super Bowl. And they were looking to pick up the 1st down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roll, and he found it.
And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Here's Steven Sims on the return from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And it's quickly becoming now or never time in the Super Bowl, trailing by 7 here in the fourth. A pivotal moment in this football game. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 14 yards that time for number 14.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Going up top. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Pickett sets up play action. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Arnold Ebiketie able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. On a bad time late for a poor throw, it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons have just about sewn up this football game. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, Patterson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Patterson running between the tackles. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. On 2nd, here's Algier. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Mariota. And this one is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend
CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So here's Pickett and the Steelers.
Down by 10, 1:06 to play. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in the Super Bowl. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Looking to throw here. Pickett.
He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 36 yards on the play.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that's an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.